Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 5th. You have this Capricorn card. It says challenges. It says it will not be an easy path, but if you build discipline, you will achieve your goal. You have this Temple of the Soul card. It says you are on a karmic path, so you can unravel the mystery of your karmic debts. So there you go. And we have the Ten of Swords as your first card. Of course we do, Leo. The Ten of Swords, the Magician, and the Emperor here. The Ten of Swords, I don't know, I get a weird feeling on that Ten of Swords here, Leo. It's like the Ten of Swords can represent feeling stabbed in the back. But I know what this is. This right here is Leo getting pissed off here. In a good way, Leo. This is, sometimes I think someone can really piss us off, and then we're like, okay, I'll show you. And that's kind of like the feeling I get here, is that maybe, I feel like this is something that's already happened here, Leo. It's like someone's triggered you or pissed you off, and you're kind of showing them, what's up, and I do feel it's a pretty good thing, actually. I think intentions matter, the reason that we do things matters, right? And so, I don't think it's always good if we are doing things to prove other people wrong, but sometimes it's good. And so I kind of get that feeling here with the Ten of Swords. It's like maybe someone has said something to you that kind of rubbed you the wrong way. Or maybe someone said you can't be successful at something, and you're like, okay, I'll prove it, sure. And I kind of get that energy here. I do feel like you're pissed off about it, though. Whatever has happened here, it's like something's rubbed you the wrong way. If you're watching this the week before, the week of May 5th or whatever, I'm doing this video on the 1st of May, so this video will be published on the 2nd of May. And if you're watching it early, this might be something that happens over the weekend before we start the week or something like that, You have the Magician. The Magician says you have all the tools necessary to be able to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish here, so I would definitely say yes. I also feel like you've manifested something. He's pointing to the Six of Swords here, and so this would say that you have manifested a way forward in your life, especially if you've been feeling stuck with the Ten of Swords. Personally, I consider the Ten of Swords to kind of be a good card. It's one of those cards where I feel like it can be uncomfortable because, it can say that someone stabbed you in their back or something like that, but he's making this symbol right here that represents a blessing. So usually, when the Ten of Swords comes up, either we do realize that something that happened to us is a blessing in disguise, or in the future, we will realize that it's a blessing in disguise, even if it hurt. So, the Ten of Swords kind of goes both ways. But I almost feel this here, Magician to the Six of Swords, is saying that you have manifested a way forward if you have been stuck. You have the Emperor here. Yeah, I really feel the Emperor is saying that you're bossing up. A lot of people have been getting the Emperor in their readings, and I do feel we are in a time where we have to boss up. We have to take control of things that we want to accomplish, or, changes that we want to make, or things that we want to see. So, it makes sense to me that pretty much everyone has had the Emperor, and, like I said, I feel like you're just bossing up with this card. I really have nothing to add. So there you go. But let's see here, Leo, what is going on for you. With the Ten of Swords, you have the King of Wands. King of Wands about being bold, being assertive, really going for something. There is an element of this reading of seeing the future almost, because, that Magician and the Six of Swords, you have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is a card of foresight. The King of Wands has foresight. He can almost see the future. He's very innovative. He has, very innovative ideas. So he can kind of see where something is going before he gets started. And, this could be you showing up here in the reading. So whenever you show up as yourself, it really puts you in a position of power and strength. But, I kind of feel the Six of Swords, for whatever reason, in your reading is kind of talking about a direction that's opening up. I don't even know how I feel about it. It's kind of weird. It's almost it's have you ever seen one of those movies, Leo, I think it's The Lord of the Rings, right? Where they're all going through that forest where there's the spiders, and it's the forest closes around them, and actually it's The Hobbit. It's either the second Hobbit or the third Hobbit, I can't remember, but in that movie, it's they go into this forest, and it closes around them, they get lost, but eventually it opens up. that is the best way I can describe how I feel about that Six of Swords. It's like the forest has closed around you, but it's like now like the forest is opening up. I don't know. There you go. Take it or leave it. With the Magician, you have the Queen of Cups. I mean, probably for the next like 20 years, you're going to get the Queen of Cups in like every single reading that I do for you, because the Queen of Cups is about following your heart and really living a life of passion. This is a big challenge for Leo, because it's like for a very long time, I feel Leo has been doing what they think they should do, not what their heart is telling them to do. And so really, it's kind of like time for you to kind of like find your heart. Is it in the Wizard of Oz? It's like, is it the Tin Man or the lion that doesn't have the heart or is trying to find their heart? I don't know. But I feel like you are trying to find your heart here, like where your heart belongs, like what it belongs to. Because, again, like all fixed signs, I feel that you are working towards your Ten of Pentacles. All fixed signs are working, based off the astrology, are working on creating true freedom in their life. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire. And it doesn't mean that you're going to have it overnight, but I always say that the Ten of Pentacles is what I call a worthy goal. It's like worth it to work towards the Ten of Pentacles, because doing so will lead to success. And so I feel a lot of you are kind of like working towards this like big success with the Ten of Pentacles. With the Emperor, you have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is like fortune after difficulty, happy home, happy family, good things happening after a difficult period of time. So definitely could be some blessings coming in this week, or just, good things. And obviously, if, like I said, if the, if the forest is opening up here, then that could make you very happy. Also, it's a pretty good love reading. So if you want love, definitely could be attracting a person that you'll have a family with, and that you could have a family with in the future. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this card that says you are worthy. It says you are worth it all, my love. There you go, Leo. You have this disappointment is not the end. There is hope even in the darkest of nights. And how crazy is this, Leo? It kind of looks like a forest, or it is a forest on that card. And look, there's a light right there at the end. How crazy is that? I was literally saying that, and I didn't even see this card. There you go. So it's almost like the path is being shown to you this week, or I don't know. It does feel very powerful though, Leo. I would pay attention. Like if you are feeling any nudges, or if you're feeling tugged in a certain direction, then I would move in that direction. I would really trust your gut at this time. I'll tell you something. Today I feel very weird today. Today's May 1st, and my brother and I were supposed to go do something today. And I said, not today. We're not doing it. I have like a super weird vibe just today, right? So I'm trusting my gut. And that's kind of like what I feel here, is that really, if you have any weird feelings, positive and negative, I would like trust those pulls that you're getting, right? You have the Devil, the Queen of Wands, and the Six of Swords. The Devil can represent toxic energy, of course, but again, this could be like the person that's motivating you to do something. I feel that for some of you, it's like you are kind of like proving something, you kind of are proving someone wrong in a lot of ways, or you're working to do that here. This person might not even be alive anymore. It's like sometimes I think we are like, no, even if our parents passed away or something, we could say, no, I'm going to prove that person wrong. So I feel that, I do feel that energy. Like I said, I don't always feel that's a good thing to do things for that reason, but I do feel there are deeper reasons here. Again, because it's probably something your heart is connected to, so you should be doing it anyway, whatever you're doing here. You have the Queen of Wands. Oh, I didn't even see that. We have the King and Queen of Wands. So if you do want a connection, I do like the King and Queen of Wands together. It can be a very fiery, passionate connection with a lot of desire between the two of you, so you definitely could be attracting a person where there's a lot of desire. The Queen of Wands is also about being bold and moving in the right direction. She has this sunflower here, and the sunflowers point towards the sun. So the Queen of Wands moves towards what she desires, and the Queen of Cups is kind of similar because she moves towards her heart. So I feel a lot of you are kind of like moving on this path of desire, or you're moving towards something that you do desire here, Leo. You have the Six of Swords. Again, this is the path to opening up, is really what I felt here with the Six of Swords. It's like you're being shown the way out of like this dark forest with spiders in it, which you might not like spiders, but I feel like you're being led forward here with the Six of Swords. The thing about the Six of Swords is that sometimes the Six of Swords can represent being stuck in the mud. It can say that you have been stuck for a while and now you're finally moving forward. So it kind of makes sense to me with that, with everything else going on here. With the Devil, you have the Wheel of Fortune. It's like you're seeing something here, Leo. The Wheel of Fortune can be a return, and I don't think a person is returning to your life, but it's like if someone did you dirty in business and like all of a sudden you see them like in the news or you see them on YouTube or you see them on TV or something like that, and you're like, how is that person successful? Like, it's like I get this feeling of something motivating you this week. Maybe that's a better way to put it. It's like you're seeing something that is motivating you to try again, or to like really kind of, rush towards the finish line, or to really go for the gold, right? I'm not sure what this is, but it kind of feels like an accomplishment to me, or it could be even just like a milestone in your life. And it's like I feel you could be seeing someone from your past, and I'm not talking about love. It could be anything. It could be a person you worked with. It could be an old friend or someone you know, and you're like, oh my God, how did this person get to this point in their life? They can't even tie their shoes correctly. And, I feel that some of you could be seeing that, and it's like I get that motivation off of the Wheel of Fortune. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Two of Wands. Yes, so we have Two of Wands, Three of Wands. I look at these two cards as very similar. They both kind of represent taking the lead. They both represent leaving a comfort zone. They both represent getting out into the world. So all those things would be good for you. Two of Wands, he has built a castle, but maybe he needs to go build a new castle. He is standing at the top of his castle, and as I always say, he's like looking out here at the world, but he's not looking at the world right here. And so I feel for a lot of you, we are in a time of variety. I literally said this yesterday. I went live with Devin Dewar on her channel, and I was saying the Two of Wands reminds me of like salt and pepper. It's like, imagine if you lived your whole entire life only ever putting salt and pepper on your food, and then you traveled to like Morocco, where there are like a million spices, right? And you had all this flavor all of a sudden in your life. The Two of Wands wants us to go experience flavor, right? Wants us to experience variety. And I think that would be a really good thing for you, Leo. Like in work and business, discovering other ways of doing things. In your love life, discovering other ways of doing things, learning, educating yourself, experiencing variety, doing different things. All that, it comes up with that card. With the Six of Swords, you have the Knight of Swords, rushing forward, a quicker movement for sure. I get that stuck in the mud feeling, or the forest closing around you with the Six of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is could be you finally moving forward, which obviously would be a good thing in this reading, Leo. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this card. It says, your words will have a great impact on those who read them. You have the Strength card. We will talk about it. You have this Lost card. It says, don't let past setbacks define your future. Wheel of Fortune. Devil, Ten of Swords. Stay focused on your positive outcome, as your thoughts and beliefs will directly affect your reality. Strength as well. So I definitely feel all of this right here is going to be very true for you. Your words are very important, Leo. You have the Strength card. Strength card is your card, so you're showing up in a strong position. But she has her hands in this lion's mouth, and that lion represents your inner voice, your inner critic, your inner demons, the devil, and she is the one that is controlling those things. So, that words card, it says, your words will have great impact on those who read them, but I kind of feel that card is more talking about the story you tell yourself, and the Strength card is about controlling the story that you tell yourself and making sure that you are telling yourself the positive story. In this deck here, the Tea Leaf Oracle, you always get that parrot card with me every time I use it in one of your readings. I don't know if it'll come up today. We'll see. But, it's kind of funny because you always get those cards, like cards that say, watch your words. Make sure you are speaking positively about what you're trying to do. You have the moon. The moon is the path, right? The moon has this path straight down to these mountains. The moon kind of, to me, represents life. Like, whenever we start anything, we have no clue where we're going. There are a lot of things we have to learn. The moon represents secrets and mysteries. Obviously, we don't know everything about what we're about to do. And then, right before we become successful, we have these two pillars. The two pillars are a warning to the fool. The moon is part of the fool's journey. And the moon says, do not get distracted on your journey at the end of a journey. I cannot tell you how many people I've worked with where, like, right before they're about to be successful, they think to themselves, oh, I'm going to go do something different. It's like, no, we are in a time where we have to see things through to the end. So I would say that, this reading is saying whatever you're working towards or whatever you're doing, keep going. Do not stop until you reach the finish line, because you will be happy that you did. The moon just represents the beginning period of something where we know nothing. The moon comes up, the moon goes down, the sun comes up. Eventually we get clarity. So, but we have to go through the period of the moon. And I kind of feel that's what this card is saying. You have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is expansion and growth. Three of Wands is about getting out into the world. Again, he has to get on these boats and go on an adventure. I think it would be an amazing time for you to go on adventures, do new things, try new things, explore the world, go taste new flavors of the world, right, in all areas of your life. And that's going to be the most helpful thing there. With the Strength card, you have the World. So you're going to have the strength to go on these journeys. It's like, obviously, if you've never gone on an adventure before, it could be a little bit nerve-wracking. But, again, I think it's time. I think the Strength card is saying that you have the strength to go explore new ideas and try new things and move in new directions and all that other stuff. I would also be paying attention to clues. I have the word clues popping into my head. It's like, I think that things aren't perfect right now, of course, Leo, but I feel that there are like little clues on the right direction for you. And, let's say you're doing like 10 different things in your life. I feel like maybe like 2 or 3. It's like there are like little kind of clues that things are actually, that this is something that you should be doing. And I would be paying attention to success. Success leaves clues, as they say. And I would just pay attention to what's working. With the moon, you have the Page of Cups. Definitely could be love. You've had the Page of Cups with me for like weeks now. So, this could be like an admirer. You could be the admirer, whatever. I feel like I said this in your last reading. I don't know. I'm getting like deja vu on this Page of Cups. It's like clear to me that there is either a person, or you have a person, or, you are the person that is trying to enter into someone else's life. So, I don't know. Something. The moon says you don't know something. Which sometimes I say things, I'm like, that sounds stupid, but again, I feel like you don't know things. It's like, obviously, if you admire a person, you might not know every little thing about the person, but I think that socializing with the Three of Cups would be a good idea. Like, this could be like, if you're interested in like a friend of a friend or something, if there are opportunities to socialize, I would definitely do that with the Three of Cups. You have the Two of Cups right here, so definitely could be a solid match. With the Three of Wands, you have the Six of Wands. Yeah, it's like I said, Wizard of Oz was popping into my head. It's like you have to find your courage. That's what the lion has to find, I think. I can't remember. But, it's like you're finding your courage. Six of Wands is about being celebrated. It's about sitting on your high horse. He has earned his right to be on that high horse. He has accomplished something, and he is being celebrated for his accomplishments. Maybe that's what you need to tell yourself. You have this card that said you are worthy, and it's like, if you don't believe that you are worth the celebration, then you're not going to get it. So I feel like you need to like kind of give yourself more credit here, which I feel like I've said to you as well before in the past, Leo. So this is about again, giving yourself more credit. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Beginnings card, and you also have this Embrace Uncertainty. Oh my god, the moon. The moon is all about saying, yeah, of course you're not going to know every little aspect and detail of what you're about to do. Of course not. Nobody does. And so I think embracing the uncertainty is what you have to do. It's another card. Like, look at that path on that Embrace Uncertainty card. It's like surrounded by water, and it's a very thin path. It's like, that's what I was seeing with the whole forest thing. It's like there's a tiny little opening that you are about to go through in your life, is the best way I could describe it. And I think you should go on that journey, right? Because it will be a new beginning, as that Beginnings card says. You have the Ten of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and the Two of Cups. Yes, again, for like the next 20 years, I think all fixed signs are going to get the Ten of Pentacles in every single reading, because this is probably your main focus, is like building true security in your life. These people are inside these castle walls, so they are like protected by their castle. But they also have everything. They have like everything they need. And so a lot of you, I feel, are trying to develop a certain level of comfort in your life. In some ways, I feel like comfort is kind of like the enemy for Leo because, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't be comfortable in life at all, but it's like sometimes if we get too comfortable, we're not taking big enough risks, and then we're not able to maintain the Ten of Pentacles. But having said that, I kind of feel that you are kind of like doing something to maintain comfort in your life, but which could be good. The Ten of Pentacles can also be like gifts coming in for you, and I that is popping into my head. I almost never say that on the Ten of Pentacles. There's kind of like a little known meaning of the Ten of Pentacles. Most people read it as building, leaving a legacy, or getting an inheritance because of this old man right here. But there's another meaning, which is that this family just had a baby, and this guy here is a beggar, and he's coming and he's giving them a gift. So the Ten of Pentacles can represent receiving a gift from an unlikely source. He has nothing to give, but he is still giving something. So it can say that there are sometimes things in life that provide us with something, but maybe we don't realize it, and it's like I don't know. I don't have any good examples, Leo, other than it's like there have been like movies I've watched that give me an idea for like business, right? And so it's like something unrelated, can give you an idea that could be a gift. So but I think we have to tell our brain. I'm a big fan of the book Psycho-Cybernetics. I read it at least once a year, right? And that book is about telling your brain, I'm looking for answers. I'm looking for an answer to this, that, the other thing. And if you tell your brain will find the answer, right? So that's what I would do there. You have the Three of Cups. Great time for socializing. Great time for spending time with people who matter to you, your community. These three ladies are celebrating harvest, and I definitely feel with that Ten of Pentacles that there could be like a harvest that you will be celebrating in work or business. So I do like to see the Three of Cups for you as well. You have the Two of Cups. So again, if you are attracting love, it could be someone who's like different than your usual type. I kind of feel like this is true for both people. It's like this is two people who are attracting someone that is not normally what they would go for, It's like maybe you're a brunette and you end up with a blonde, right? And maybe normally you would go with someone with brown hair or dark features or dark hair, and you're going for something different. I don't know. It's popping into my head with that Two of Cups. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Two of Swords, which is good, again, in the good stuff, because you are seeing the other way of doing things. I always say the solution to the Two of Swords is that she needs to realize that there's this island that exists. She thinks she has to settle on what's in front of her, but if she turns around, there's like another way for her to live her life. And so a lot of you could be making big changes here. With the Three of Cups, you have the Chariot. Yes, charging towards success. Really good reading, Leo. There's like a lot of these victory cards here, and it seems to me like you're kind of moving forward, probably in a new direction. He's leaving the city behind him and he's going in a new direction. So I feel a lot of you are making some changes this week, but these are changes that are going to have like a big impact in the future. So, but it's like a tiny little squeeze. Like I said, it's like the forest is just opening up. It's just like clearing, and so there's like still some spiders around you, or some, you're gonna have to like squeeze through this little opening, at this time is what I feel. With the Two of Cups, you have the Nine of Cups. You probably have been wishing for this, whatever this is. So if this is love, this is probably a connection that you have wished or hoped for, and so that's nice. The Two of Cups can also be like you and your higher self, and so the Two of Cups can say that you have been asking your higher self for something, and the Nine of Cups could say you are getting what you wish for, basically. You have this purse card. It says pay attention to your finances. Yeah, I think everybody has to pay attention to their finances. Finances look good in this reading, Leo, but again, I think this card is saying like don't spend it all in one place, right? Don't burn a hole in your pocket with that card. You have this clouds card. It says temporary problems, can't make it up. I mean, like the clouds are parting and the sun is coming out. Like I said, the forest, right? It's like the clouds are parting. You are seeing things clearly this week. You have this card that says sorrow over a loss. Could be the Ten of Swords showing up in your reading. There could be some sort of past loss or something that you did lose that is kind of causing some problems or has been holding you back for a while. Or, maybe it's one of those things that has kind of like stopped you from moving forward. But I do feel whatever this is kind of like clearing up. You have this frying pan. It says trouble, accusations, Ten of Swords. I feel that this is probably like a person that's, you see something that a person says, or maybe, I use the example of seeing a person on the news for whatever reason. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but The other thing is maybe it's not really an accusation. It's it feels that Ten of Swords and Devil feels to me like someone says to you that you can't do something, or that you can't accomplish something, and you're like, okay, like I'll show you. That's more the energy that I get off of the reading. It's like you're proving something, right? And so there you go. You have this target card, says goal-oriented person. Yeah, it's like when the rubber meets the road, I feel you are a goal-oriented person. I think you are focused. This is a card of picking one thing and focusing on it and making it happen, which is pretty much what I would do if I were you, Leo. Pretty interesting reading, Leo, for sure. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.